Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton had a little incident. Let's take a look. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So Hillary Clinton, on her way to Queen's University, I believe this was in Belfast, and people yelling at her war criminal and other obscenities, which you might have picked up. Well deserved. The only thing that confused me about this video, I wasn't sure which war crime they were referring to, so I started pondering as I contemplated Hillary's long and extensive career in war criminality. So, speaking of war criminals, here's a scourge of them. You can see Secretary of State Blinken posing with his predecessors. So, this is on Twitter. What does he say? He says, "Thank you, Secretary Condoleezza Rice, for bringing us together. I was humbled to join you and my other remarkable predecessors, Secretary Baker and Secretary Kissinger, in honoring the legacy of Secretary George Shultz. I'm proud to work at a State Department that you all shaped." Wow, that's a weird definition of proud. You know, only someone like Blinken could be proud of this crap. How many? I saw people on Twitter asking how many bodies do you think they have between them? How many people do you think they've killed collectively? Which is a very dark. I think it's unfair because Hillary is not in the picture, so you have to count Hillary as well. Otherwise, it's not a fair competition, you know. But no, this is incredible, honestly, that people think Henry Kissinger is to be, you know, Christ. You know, when they give things like the Nobel Peace Prize to people like Barack Obama or Henry Kissinger, I mean, it really loses its meaning in a way, you know, which sucks because my parents are Nobel Peace Prize laureates, right? UN peacekeepers. So I hope that balances it out. But scumbags like Kissinger and, you know, Obama, no, they shouldn't have that. And the thing is, Mike Pompeo is also a former Secretary of State, not just a CIA director. And, you know, I mean, their job is largely to just go around and inflict suffering on other people. They just do it, you know, while calling themselves diplomats. They're just war criminals. And when it comes to Hillary Clinton, I mean, again, I was contemplating what they were referring to, and I couldn't figure out if it was Syria, it was Libya, it was Iraq. You know, has she met a war that she didn't like? I think Libya is perhaps the worst one, honestly. Libya is, which is, you know, I say that as a Syrian even, because what they did to Libya is just absolutely scandalous. All of them are scandalous. But I want to talk to you a bit about Libya in a second, and you know, it's really heartbreaking. So at least now the Secretary of State speaks French and plays guitar, right? They were writing about that in the media. Oh my God, look, we have a Secretary of State who plays guitar like an amateur. That's not me saying that. He's saying that. We have a woman National Director of Intelligence. So now a woman will be directing assassinations and working with the Mossad to, you know, commit nuclear terrorism. And there's a woman in charge of the Treasury. So now Janet Yellen, a woman, will be inflicting sanctions and starving people in Iran and Syria. Lovely, right? Makes all the difference. I'm really feeling the energy. So this is it. You know, this is the Rainbow Coalition death cult that they've put together. But you can really see there's no difference in policies. You know, when they talk about both sides of the aisle, it's really one regime, one party with two wings, you know, Democrat, Republican, it's the same crap. They're all the same. They just differ in name. That's the only thing. But it's interesting with Hillary not being able to go in without being called a war criminal. I remember Julian Assange giving an interview. I can't remember what year it was. Maybe it was The Guardian. I can't remember which outlet it was, but he was basically talking about how, they're trying to persecute him, Julian Assange, for his work. But Donald Rumsfeld, he also has to, check where he can go, where he can travel, because, for fear of being arrested for war crimes. And I think the same is true of some of these lovely, fine people that we have in front of us, So they're not 100%, off the hook. And they've committed, really, mass murder is the only way to talk about it. They come here and they say, oh, XYZ must go. They say, they just dictate like who must rule another country as if it's a colony or something. And if you really look at what they have done, what their so-called careers are, it's atrocity after atrocity. They don't just kill people; they destroy entire countries, nations, in ways that are unimaginable. That you can't recover from. So, war criminal, putting it mildly, even.